your $30 so I can get some gas. Was gonna go to Sacramento, but that's 7 with the dog, and I'm not church going, and I'm learning how to navigate my time with shit because I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. So I guess I can't go there, cause if I leave, then I would beat Jesus. And I don't want to beat Jesus.
The caption reads, "Walking in faith is hard when nobody understands the path you're taking."
This is hard. It's real hard living a life where a lot of people don't really understand you. It's hard living a life where you following faith, but you can't, you don't even see who you're going. You don't even faith following God. You don't even following purpose. You don't even know what you're doing. It's hard. It's hard when you ain't got people to talk to, people to understand the steps that you really gotta take, fam. It's hard. I'm tired, fam. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm really so tired, bro. This is that. I gotta fight through this. I gotta push through this. Whole time I got faith. Whole time I got my eyes on God. I got my eyes on Jesus. It's hard, bro. People don't talk about how fucking hard it is. It's really hard. It's so hard. I'm so tired, fam. So tired. I just want it to stop. I really want this to stop. When does it stop? When does it end?
I'd like to note, family, without sounding insensitive, sorry, not sorry, that we have a grown man, a whole body grown man crashing out in the car saying it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Well, I can respect difficult times, and we've all been through them. There is, and I believe this strongly. I believe if you're going to have a crash out like this, you should keep it off of social media. It's not impressive to the ladies, young man. And I know at the time you may be thinking, oh, no big deal. I don't care. Someday you're going to care. Because you see, a lady needs someone who's strong. A lady needs someone who can take charge, get through the tough times, show leadership. This ain't it, fam. This is not it. This is not the leadership that we women are looking for. Now, putting that part aside, let's look at the religious part of it, okay? You say you're walking in faith. Here he says he's got God, talking to God, walking in faith. Wonderful. And I believe in faith for myself. I don't preach it to anybody else. If you believe in it, whatever your faith, religious denomination, atheist belief, whatever it is. The bottom line is this: you still have to put in the hard work. You can sit and you can pray in church every single Sunday. You can say, I believe in Jesus. You can wake up, do your prayers 10 times a day. But the bottom line is, if you ain't putting in the work, you're going to get nothing. And then you're going to be sitting there crashing out on TikTok like this young man is, good for a hearty day's labor, going, it's hard, I believe in faith. Faith can only take you through so much. See, here's how faith works to me. Faith is where you ask to work hard. You ask to work your way through the struggles, the challenges. That's what faith carries you through. A lot of young people today seem to think that faith, or saying the words faith, saying the word Jesus, God, whatever, okay? Saying those words, they think that that is what's supposed to transform their life. No, it is not. I can sit there and swear up and down on a stack of Bibles, I have faith, I believe, I am here, I am reborn. And then if all I do is spend my time crying on TikTok, a whole grown man, and I can't take credit for coming up with that. I read that somewhere on TikTok, a whole grown man. I can't take credit for that, but I like it a lot. So until it's trademarked, I will probably use it. So here we have a whole grown man, okay, sitting there embarrassing himself. And I'm sorry, young man, this is embarrassing. It really is. You've not been through enough years from what I can tell. He has not been through enough years to have a crash out like that on social media. So just something to consider. So he says it's hard. He says he has faith. All right. So I want him to pick himself up, pull himself up by the bootstraps, work harder than he has ever worked in his life. And then I want him to do that for the next 20 years. There you go. Now, does he still have faith?
So it's official. I received my eviction notice. I've spent that time trying to raise money for rent, doing everything I can possibly think of to raise.
Hold on. Is it that kind of backwards? You received your eviction notice and now you're trying to do everything you can to raise money for rent. Weren't you supposed to raise money for rent and do everything you can before you got the eviction notice?
Raise money for rent. And alas, I'm still $800 short. And if I don't come up with $800 in a week and some change, I will officially be on the streets. I even applied for emergency rent assistance. I haven't heard back, so there's that. But regardless, I do want to thank everybody who has helped and supported me in a variety of ways.
You've actually found suckers to help and support. Look, people, it is not that I am not a kind and sensitive channel. We are a kind and caring channel. We care. We care a lot about people. But what we don't care about is when people wait till the last minute to then claim that they're going to work harder than ever. So she should have, guys, it is rent first. I don't care what other needs come. I will beg coworkers to feed me if I have to for lunch. Okay. It is rent first and foremost. And here's the thing. You got time for all that hair, fancy hair dressing and colored wig. Where all your money going to, lady? Where's all the money? And again, I am not dismissing people on hard times, genuine. I'm thinking like COVID hard times, okay? Through no fault of your own, this pandemic came and just, unfortunately, it destroyed a lot of lives. It uplifted, I think, some lives too and helped people perhaps gain a new perspective. But I also know it financially destroyed a lot of lives. That through no fault of their own. But here's the kicker, okay? I'm looking at her outfit, and I'm not saying one outfit is a determination, but I'm looking at the way you're dressed, the place you're in. Why weren't you fighting to pay the rent first? Oh, look, fam, it's Lala.
I really want to know why and what's up with this beg talk and begging.
All right, before we get on this is from 2025. Most of my videos, I got so tired of putting dates in videos because there are more fresh videos that I can keep up with. So unless it's an older video, you can just pretty much assume the videos are all current. So this is Lala in 2025, and she is going to teach us what a beggar really is.
Do you guys know the difference between begging and somebody that's asking and reaching out for help? And it really shouldn't matter what you see on TikTok, because you see a lot of stuff on TikTok. And these freaking awareness pages, they're definitely getting monetized and clout off other people's images. People asking for help or whatever they're doing, begging, whatever you want to call it. Instead of being so worried about people reaching out for help or asking for help, which you're going to see a lot of, why don't you worry about what's going on in the U.S., period? Worry about that stuff that really matters. And yes, I shared my story with the social media. Yes, and I reached out for help. But that doesn't give a reason somebody to be mean and belligerent and rude and just always got to say something.
Yeah, we've heard you, Lala. Let's make this very clear, however. I agree, people can come onto social media and ask for help. But 6 months later, year later, 2 years later, every day, TikTok, in addition to GoFundMe, in addition to EBT money, in addition to baby daddy money. I mean, come on. So that's what we're talking about. I'm not going to shame someone for coming on once and leaving it at that. You don't see me poking fun at the GFMs, the GoFundMes, right? Because most of those people are pretty legitimate. Even if we think what they're asking for is stupid, like, hey, take me on a trip to Cancun because I haven't been on vacation for 20 years, okay? We've seen those. It's like, whatever. But you see, Lala is trying so hard, and she does this regularly, fam. She's trying so hard to convince herself that she is not a beggar because she does not want to be put in the same begging class as everybody else. She sees herself as higher and more elevated. But what she fails to recognize, or more so she's in deep denial with, is, look, Lala, you on here every week begging for hotel money. There comes a point when you are not just asking for, what is it? Oh, I'm not asking for a handout. I'm just asking for a hand up. Okay, once, maybe twice. When you got your own TV channel on TikTok and your regular programming is asking for money, there you go. You are an official beggar.
I'm telling you, it would be a better place if everybody would just worry about what they're doing with themselves and not always worrying about what the next person is doing.
But when you put yourself on social media regularly to ask for money, then you are asking people to pay attention to what you are doing. So when they pay attention to you, you cannot get upset because we're sticking our nose in your business that you put out on social media to begin with. Oh, look, guys, we have Rose. Yes, this is Rose.
We are officially out of the hotel.
Congratulations, Rose.
And it's 92 flippin' degrees, and my car decided not to blow cold air.
Hey, I hear that extra thermal energy does burn extra body fat. So, kind of like killing two birds with one stone. Don't feel sorry for this lady.
I had to stop it, restart it, and then everything came back on right. All days. It just was blasting hot air. We stopped at Sonic and got ice for both of our cups.
You could afford ice at Sonic. Why wouldn't you just go to a gas station? I didn't know Sonic even had ice. You know what she really did was they stopped at Sonic's, got themselves a big smoothie, ice cream gulp or whatever. That's their ice stop.
We're surviving. I'm going to get my membership at Planet Fitness and then use their shower.
Only making
Use the treadmill.
this video because
Oh, look, fam, it's Chit-Chat. Okay, this is an older Chit-Chat video. June 20. Oh, no, it's not. My apologies. It's this year, June 24th. All right, let's see what Chit-Chat has to say. You know, he is beloved on this channel.
I may end up disappearing for a few days. Didn't want people to freak out. My phone won't wait until the 1st, so they're shutting my phone off at some point today, which is going to make things incredibly hard. We're packing up our tent spot right now. I don't know what we're going to do after this.
Say it isn't so.
I'm trying to reach out. I've called the shelters already, trying to see if there's any openings yet. Nothing. I don't know what to do. So
a few moments later.
Oh, I want to give up so bad.
2 days later, June 26th.
Obviously, I know I can't, but I feel like it. The tent is starting to leak because it's been raining all day. The tarp is not big enough for the top of it, and I don't have any other tarps. The guy from the farm, for some odd reason, never answered me back. He won't call me. Not sure why. I thought that was promising, but I guess not. Why even offer to help somebody with anything if you're not even going to respond back?
The reason that what happens, Chit-Chat, so his being off of social media lasted 2 days. Hey, fam, real quick sidebar. Does that remind you of anybody? Tim and Angela? Remember Tim and Angela saying, oh, they were going to be off social media earlier this year, and it lasted 2 days. Okay, see, here's what these beggars probably don't understand. First off, it seems as though nobody will ever call Chit-Chat back. He's always ignored. But I've told you what I suspect happens is that perhaps people do say, hey, I'm going to pitch in some money. I'm going to help you out if this is really true. Okay. We got to believe the lies. All right. Just believe the lies and work with me. So let's say it's true. They really offered it, but then they decide they're going to do a little social media search just to kind of see, what are they donating to? And then they realize this whole long list of haters that you got. We are not a hate channel. I do not consider myself a hate channel. I'm more of an awareness channel, and I do not consider myself part of the awareness group either. But for simplicity, okay, we don't go dox. We don't try to, disrupt their live streams. We don't do that. We keep it clean right on this channel. But I'm willing to bet that they wind up and looking and then truly realizing, oh my God, this guy, he's just sucking it all up for he can for donations. And let us not forget that Chit-Chat did get $25,000 about 2 years ago on his GoFundMe, and he blew the entire thing.
Only downside, and then this is the reality for a lot of people like myself who work full-time,
dry begging,
and sometimes even multiple jobs just to pay their motel rent. I'm all caught up on rent, and guess what? I've been left for pretty much with nothing to pay for this week's rent. So if I can't come up with $600 or I can't get the homeless program to help, we could be on the streets by Wednesday. So that's cool.
I don't have a problem with that. And you have a grown son, and your son, I know, is wound up in court, and I think you wound up, or you had to go assist him with court or something. I don't know the specifics of it. But this isn't your first time lying on camera. It's not your first time begging for rent. Are you not embarrassed? You are a grown woman and you're easily identifiable because you're in those green glasses.
Yeah, so I'm trying to not stress, but I'm going to send an email to the lady that's currently doing the homeless program tomorrow, and hopefully they can help finally. We'll see, because they've never been able to help before.